That's an incredible goal.
Hey, welcome to the CM0102 Transfer Scout Show, the supporting sister show, if you will, to the title challenge one that exists on Retro Football TV. If you've not been watching that and you're wondering what this is all about, get on board. We've got a fantastic show lined up this month. We played Chelsea twice. We've got Tottenham Hotspur. Will the manager return in time for kickoff? It's drama central. The answer's basically yes, but you know, tune in nevertheless. You'll notice we put surely you've noticed we've put a subscribe button in the top corner of the screen. Click that now. Subscribe to the Retro Football TV channel, and all of your wildest desires and dreams will come true for you, doubtless, or at least mine will. Click it now, subscribe, and if not, click the I, go through and do it. Subscribe to Retro Football TV. It's an amazing channel with some great stuff coming up. Anyway, let's get stuck in. Those of you who watched last week, we had a bit of a mid-season break. Chris was in here with me. We updated the board. It's great. And we asked you for some suggestions for players we should be looking at as normal. Let's get into some of your comments then. Chris Sayer says, Nicky Ferenko! Also signed Lee Chun-Soo. This guy is brilliant. I'm only cost 250k. Do it now. You know what? Because you said so, I went out there straight away and blind bid on Nicky Ferenko. We have got no idea what his stats are like. He's 23 years old, but he scored 16 goals in 24 games with 7 assists. Playing his trade at Shakhtar Soligorsk, which is obviously a sign of absolute quality. So nevertheless, we put a £240,000 bid in for him. I'm sure that'll be amazing. Lee Chun-Soo, Ulsan, 20-year-old South Korean forward. You know what? We will have a look at him, because why not? Not got the goal return, 4 goals and 5 assists. Decent for a 20-year-old South Korean. Listen, if you say he's good, you know what? We'll have a look. I'll back you on this. You back us, we'll back you. Next one comes from Matt Dalton. It says Isaac Okoronkwo. Now, I know that he's amazing, but I also know that he's only got 5 caps for Nigeria at the moment, which means he will not get a work permit, which is absolutely devastating, because he would be the answer to all of our defensive problems. He plays defensive right, left, centre, either footed, acceleration 18, pace 19, stamina, strength 20, bravery 20. He's our beast. And he's got a minimum free release clause of £1 million. But he's got 5 caps for Nigeria, and although the fact that he speaks English fluently and Ukrainian, because why not, he won't get a work permit, which makes me really sad, but we'll definitely keep an eye on him. We'll scout him, we'll see what comes up, and then if he plays a few more international games, yeah, he's high on the list, without a doubt. And he also says Julius Agahawa, and I'm very, very sorry to report that we missed out on him. He's already moved to Leverkusen. He's amazing as well. 19-year-old Nigerian, 11 caps, 6 goals. He's got 4 and got 3 assists and 7 appearances for Leverkusen so far. He moved for 4.1 million. That makes me really sad, because he would have been an answer to all of our things that we're looking for in terms of, particularly Chris has asked for. We've got danger zone players on the left wing at the moment, Berger, Barnby, and we've got a young Partridge backing them up. We definitely need someone in that position. Let's see, Jason O'Brien says Wilfred Boomer or Mexes for the defensive enough, cheap for the defence, cheap enough, and they're both class. So let's have a quick look at Wilfred Boomer, who is amazing, by the way, playing for PSV at the moment, 23 years old, 7 caps, defender, defensive midfielder, forward, left. There's your left side, boxed. 8 million he's rated at the minute, so it would cost a fair wedge to get him, to prize him away from PSV. Let's have a little scout and see what comes back on that one. The other one mentioned, and I'm going to let you into a little sneak peek of what we're doing on the main challenge show this week. Philippe Mexes. Only 19 years old. Now, those of you who know, maybe didn't scale the heights in real life, but look at him here. Acceleration and pace 16, 15, determination 19, decision 17, influence 20, which means he's a future captain, position 17, he's amazing. Technique 17 for the centre half. He's got a relegation release clause of 925,000, which is irrelevant. He's listed for loan. We've put a £2.4 million bid in for him because we want this left-back issue sorted. But Trebo West is a defender left-centre. If we can get Mexes in, there's a potential that West moves over as cover for Risa as well. And Mexes can partner Sammy Hippier along with Oncho there as well. So we could kill 2 birds with one very good stone there, which would be immense. Check out the challenge show this week to see how that bid actually goes. Now, here's an interesting one. Mard Zero Row, who's been in touch before, tweeted me with his thoughts. It's just a thought. Attacking left back, right back. Gianluca Zambrotta to provide backup and competition on both flanks. Now, I will take a quick look at Zambrotta. I wonder whether you're playing the right version of the same version of the game as us, because he's at Juventus and he's a midfielder, right left, which means he could play in the midfield, right or left, which would be actually solve a problem for us as either footed, but not in terms of the defensive thing. But Mark goes on to say, sat up watching Batman versus Superman here, not even paying attention because I'm worried about our left-hand side. That is the type of commitment I want to see from the viewers on this. I want you to take this to heart. I want you to feel the pain. I want you to do everything in your power to make us as good as possible. So that genuine commendation from Martin there for that kind of level of commitment. It can't be underrated. So what I want to do on this week, because what we said last week is that, look, we're playing the 0.68 version of the game with the original data, just so, because of people are offering advice on players that are either not in the game or they're genuinely dreadful. And there's like Wayne Rooney's rubbish on this game because this was the original data pack before he even got a sniff at Everton, whereas like the later update, he's really good. So what I've done is let's go over to our player search, set it to interested. And what we'll do is I'll show you the list of players that are actually interested, and we'll scroll through them. So you've got the likes of Fabio Cannavaro there, Martin Palermo, JFH, Enrico Chiesa, we're already having a look at. Nicholas Anelka, Emil Pens, we've got a bid in for him, but I'm not hopeful on that regard. Kieran Dyer, hat-trick hero last time out on episode 6 of the series. Danielson there, formerly the most expensive Brazilian of all time. Nuno Gomez, Benny McCarthy. And then you've got the likes of Juan Carlos Valeron, Marco De Vaio. Roque Santa Cruz was actually suggested to me in the comments, so I will scout him. Then we move on. Fausto Rossini, João Pinto, Luigi Di Biagio, Steve McManaman. Could we bring Maka back home? There's an interesting shout. Martin Jorgensen, Hakan Şükür, Christian Ziege, nah. Matt Janssen, I think he might have scored a hat-trick against us earlier in the season. Ariel Ortega, Lucio, I think worth having a closer look at Lucio. Andrea Pirlo, Frantha, Valerie Carpin, Ricardinho. And Adriano is available for loan, but you can't loan non-EU players to England at this time, which is really annoying because I'd have a bash at Batistuta as well, because why not? Jordi Cruyff, Toil and Strife, Jordi Cruyff. Slizard Nemeth, because why not? Yeah, and there's some other players. But yeah, there you go. Have a quick look through them and think from your own perspective, if you've used any of these players, let me know in the comments below who of those we should be targeting. The regular feature we missed out on last week, didn't have the time. Daryl James asks for the where were they then section, and he says quite definitively, can't believe he hasn't been mentioned yet, but Steve Finnan is a beast, lads. Very cheap and can play all over the joint. So he's currently on loan at Blackpool. Bearing in mind Blackpool were in Division 2 and we're 18th in Division 2, and that Division 2 is that like the third or fourth? I forget. It's very, very low down. Anyway, he looks fine, but he's a defensive midfielder, right, left for some reason. Acceleration pace. He looks good. Tackling 10. Yeah, and he's valued at 3.2 million, which is ludicrous. But if you feel that we should be moving for Steve Finnan, let me know in the comments below. Go and subscribe to Retro Football TV's YouTube channel. Check out the challenge show this week. It is an absolute belter, and then back here next week for more of your comments.
The inches we need are everywhere around us. They are in every break of the game, every minute, every second of every play.